Hello everyone and welcome back to Farming Simulator 19. So here's where we are. We got the field planted again. We just have to wait for the first or second growth stage to weed, fertilize, and just basically maintain. We have about half of a loading wagon of straw, which we will keep just in case we get animals soon, probably pigs. I had a comment that recommended pigs over sheep, just profit-wise. And we have some wheat that I think we can sell. I don't think we need to save this for our chickens. We can take a quick look. Yeah, they're fine. They should be fine for a while. So I wonder if the best place is the northwest port again. So we got wheat here. Click that. 665 at the train station mill. And it's going up, so if we wait, it'll actually be higher in a little bit. Train station mill is... oh, the close one. Good. So I think the first thing we'll do today is take this in to sell. And then one plan I have is if we look where our chickens are at field 28, there's still like half a field that we could probably use. I think we need to put some grass seed down to cover up some of the field so that when we hire workers they don't fall down the cliff like what happened a few episodes ago. And we need to probably utilize that field a little bit. It won't be a ton of space, but at this point we just need any money we can make. We need to make it because we are not making much. So I think we need to do that today. Great demand at Grain Elevator East. Let's make sure that's not wheat. Grain Elevator East, and note it is for corn. Train station mill still going up. There's $700 now for 1,000. We have about 9.5. So we'd make a pretty good amount of money. 5,000 to 6,000. So here we are. We'll wait until that price stops going up. Though it probably won't go up much more. So what I'm thinking is if we take this sower. Also, someone did recommend soybeans, so we'll do soybeans for our next planting. We also need to get seed in this. But if we turn this to grass, I don't know if you can see it very well in the bottom right. I switched the seed to grass. And what that'll do is if we sow over a field, it'll turn it into basically a non-field. Just keep an eye on this so it doesn't go down. And then it'll just make sure that the workers don't go off onto the cliff, which I'll show you in just a little bit. This might be the cement area people were telling me about. That would have been good for... maybe not. I'd have to go reread the comments. I think it is this. If I would have bought this, we would have had this field, we would have had trees, we would have had a cement place for animals. If I were to restart this, which I'm not planning on because we're already like 8 episodes deep, but if I were to restart this, the first thing I would buy would be this land here. And what I could always do is sell this. It's a smaller field, but again, then I wouldn't have had to buy 2 pieces of land, and I would have had trees that I could have gotten to right away. So I guess just for those who are starting out, maybe that plot 20 is maybe a good starting plot. So again, this won't be a huge field, but if I can just go over, let me check the prices again. I'm getting paranoid. Yeah, so that's good to sell. Let's get that going and then probably turn that on the time. before I get too far. You can see the money there. Okay, 9,600. So we can pay off just a little bit of loan, which is always a good thing. And take this back to the farm. We'll get to the sower in a little bit. I want to make sure we get this tractor set up with the weeder so that we don't miss our opportunity there. I also had a really good comment about the darkness in the video and things always sort of happening at night. And the comment just suggested to turn off growth and withering, and then I can fast forward time to morning without affecting anything, which I knew I could turn off withering, totally forgot I could just turn off plant growth. So I'll start doing that. That way we do all of our videos in the light, and hopefully none to very, very little in the dark, because even I, playing the game, it's sort of annoying in the dark, just obviously for visibility's sake, and I'm sure watching is not the best either, so I will start doing that for the future of these episodes. Now, it looks... oh, that's not even my field. Yeah, so it looks like this one definitely needs to get weeded right away, because we are kind of at that place where if it gets to one more growth stage, we will either have to use herbicide or lose out on the yield, which would be bad. So let's get this ready to go. I want to check the map just to make sure I'm right before I do this. If we go to growth, so we are on the second one, and if we go to soil, definitely needs weeded. So I think we can do this whole field. There we go, you can see it getting those weeds out of there. Now, can we hire a worker? If I slow down time and hit H and jump out. Yes. So I am going to hire a worker for this today. Even though weeding doesn't take that long, I want to focus on this so that we can get this field limed and planted or whatever needs to happen. So I think if I go about right here, I won't fall off, and that'll maximize how much field we can use. And all we need is like one strip, so we should have enough seed. So if I lower and turn on, okay, let's see what that did. Now if we check our map and we zoom in and we go to fruit tape, good. Now we have, we can actually turn grass on. We'll see this strip of grass, and now when the workers work, they'll stop here. They should stop here and not continue. I am going to keep going over this stuff just a little bit though, just to make sure, and then we'll fill this up with seed and plant some soybeans. So we'll lower and turn this on. I just got to be careful that I don't fall off the cliff. There. I'm pretty happy with that. This probably needs limed if I check it. Actually, we need to turn that grass off. There we go. Soil, it needs plowing. Okay. The thing is, I turned off plowing, but it must have been after... I can't wrap my head around that. So what we could do just to make sure and just to get rid of this needs plowing color is we can just rent a plow. It'll be pretty cheap. I hate plowing, but we can do it once. We'll just hire a worker so I don't have to, because I can't, like the way it veers to the side of the tractor. I think there might be one now if I do like a subsoiler. I think that works for plowing and can go on straight. Maybe I'll look at that. But either way, let's see, that's lime and there's seed. We'll fill this up. Fertilizer, fill this up. Maybe this isn't. Nope, that's the right thing. Wonder if I have to be on the right, like if the fertilizer side is the right side of the sower, if that matters. Yeah. I don't know if I just was doing something wrong or if that actually matters, but all our fertilizer is gone now. Okay, how much is a plow to lease? We need one that's decent size. Well, so leasing this would be $700. I think we're gonna have to. What's this? Don't know. We'll lease this. We'll just leave this there for now because we're going to need that to plant our field anyway. We may have to lime, but that's fine. We have our fertilizer tanks. We have that bought, so we don't have to lease a lime machine. Oh, wait. No, we don't. Okay. Yeah, our fertilizer spreader also does lime. Trying to think of like the next. Yeah, I think the next goal is going to be pigs. Those can be really good money makers. So let's start this. Then I'm gonna look at some prices. So if I go here and see what that does. There we go. Let's check our weeder. We can actually save some money now and just do this ourselves. Okay, so obviously the majority of our time right now is just going to be field. And it's going to be just fairly cyclical of what we've been doing for the last few episodes. And again, like I said last time, and kind of like I did last time, I'll start doing a lot off camera. Like at the end of the videos, I'll just sort of finish things up. And then I think our next big goal, which will probably be a while because we can't really take out more loans, will be pigs. And if we can get pigs down by the chickens, then we might be able to save up for field 20, that plot that I was looking at. And then at least we'll have trees, we'll have another field. And then we can either keep buying like sheep and cows, or we can move. And we'll probably just buy sheep and cows. We'll probably never move the pigs and chickens because I probably wouldn't be able to landscape that cliff away anyway. Not because you can't, just because I can't. I probably wouldn't be able to figure that out. So let me get this turned around, and then I want to look at pig prices. Okay, so I know it's going to be a lot of money. Pig pen or animal pens. Pig. 90. The other thing about pigs is you need a lot of different kinds of crop. You need, yeah, corn, I think wheat or barley. I think you need soybeans or canola or sunflower, and then potatoes or beets. It's a lot, but that's only if you want full yield. Obviously, we wouldn't go for full yield right away. Now let's check our map. So this is getting plowed. We can get our lime ready to go, and This looks good. I didn't even look at what I wanted. We can fertilize this a second time while we are waiting for the plowing of over there. So we'll set this weeder down across the way. Actually, we can just, yeah, we'll just set it down here. We do need a shed, so I actually have a destination for this stuff, but for now this will work. How much fertilizer do we have? Not much. In fact, well, let's see how far we can get with 1600. I'll do this myself since it's pretty quick and simple. Let's make sure it's, yeah, this is good. Oh, we actually might be able to do this whole field. That's not taking as much as I thought it would. Alright, I will fast forward and get this field fertilized. Okay, so I thought that was going to happen. I don't know. I didn't think of it until I got to this point. I'm like, wait, this is not at the next growth stage, so we actually can't fertilize this right now. But what we can do is take this over to the shop. Actually, we'll empty out the fertilizer here. Make sure I don't hit the wrong button. Oh gosh. I don't want those in the field because I'm going to forget they're there. So let's pick this up. Let's back up and try to unload just anywhere else. Let's try here. Not great, but that's okay. Now let's go to the shop and get lime and keep getting that little tiny half field over here planted. Alright, so we're at the shop. We should have enough to do that little field. Oh. Yeah, I don't think we're going to. Let's just buy one while we're here. That would be under objects. Not pallets. Nope. Big bags of lime. And 450. Not bad. There we go. Okay, I'm hitting all the wrong buttons, but we'll get this. At least you can unload them easily. Back in my day, it was much, much tougher. I don't even know if it was possible. Granted, we didn't have lime, but for anything else, I don't remember. Like, once you had something in a wagon, you couldn't unload it until, like, you couldn't unload it, like, on the ground until, I think, Farming Sim 17. You just were stuck with it, or you had to, like, sell it or waste it. So just when they implemented like the unloading mechanic where you could just dump stuff on the ground, that was pretty extraordinary, and a pretty extraordinary update for how. How do you say this? It wasn't a very sexy update. It wasn't like adding forestry, but it was probably one of the most game changing, I think. So anyway, get this lime down. The plow is so insanely slow, which is why I turn it off. So we'll do this pass and then wait, I guess. Okay, let's make sure I got that. Looks good. That we'll still be in the first growth stage. So at this point, what we could do while we're waiting is look at missions. So, like for example, this fertilizer. One of the problems with these missions is if you don't own the items, you can borrow them, but then you have to pay for them, basically. You basically have to pay to lease them, and it says right here that you'll take them out. You also have to pay for like the fertilizer or the seed or anything. But if we look, all these are fertilizers, which of course we have. The more money you make, the longer it'll take. And like this one recommends this huge one, which means this will probably take forever. But we could take like a mid-tier, like this $5,000 one, with any type of fertilizer. So if we had like animal fertilizer, like slurry, or manure, we could do this basically for free. But right now we'd have to pay for liquid fertilizer. Field 8, so if we check if that's close, it's right there. And it is quite large, and you'd only make 4,000. You'd pay probably 1 or 2 for the fertilizer. Yeah, I don't even, I'm just, for the time it takes, I'm curious. We should just try one though, shouldn't we? See if we can make a bit of money. Let's just do this one. So I think if we accept it, and then does it change the map at all? No. But we know it's field 8. Fertilizing field 8. So we can go back to the shop. I wish I would have done this before the lime thing. I just didn't think of it. I was hoping the plow would be done, but it is a slow process. So let's just go unload this lime. We can use it in a little bit. So if we hit I, okay, well it's over there. Hopefully we don't forget it behind the pole. Now let's just buy 1 fertilizer. It is expensive. Yeah, I feel like these missions really eat into your profits unless you're using like your own animal waste, which is free basically. But maybe we won't use the whole bag, right? What I'm gonna actually do is not fill this up at all. So this cost basically $2,000 for 1,000 liters of solid fertilizer. We will go to field 8 and see how much we make, see if we use the entire bag, and see kind of how much we profit and if it's worth it. So let's get over to field 8 and begin this mission. Okay, coming up on field 8 here, and I guess we just start fertilizing. There's no like other visual feedback I see. Says we don't have access. So let's do well, let's just do a little bit here, and then yeah, 3%. So what I will do for this field, I will fast forward and put on some music. I myself will put on a podcast for myself, since this will probably take, I don't know, a good 10 minutes to finish, maybe less. I'll time it, and I will see you back in a bit. we just finished. Let's shut this off. So we used about a third. So let's say we spent $600 to $700, or we let's see, we spent about $1,300 on fertilizer. We made 46, so you take out the 1333, so we profited about 3,300 for, I don't know, it took me 6 to 7 minutes of like actual fertilizing plus time to collect and all, actually fill up the fertilizer and all that. So I would say it was probably worth it. We can now pay off that. And again, if we had a larger fertilizer spreader, we could have done it quicker. If we had slurry, we could have done it for free. So I could see missions definitely being worth it if we are selective. Oh, that was strange. Yeah, it's something I will definitely keep in mind, especially when we have breaks where we are waiting on a worker or waiting for weeds to grow or something like that. So the plowing is finished. We are still waiting on the second growth stage there so that we can fertilize our own field. We can go drop this fertilizer off so that we can get lime. But I think that is all going to wait for the next episode. So on the next episode, we will lime and finish planting that second sort of half field over there and just keep finding ways to make money. So thanks for watching. Comment below, like and subscribe, and of course have yourselves a very nice day.